What's up, gamers? Welcome back. I'm so thankful that you guys stayed subscribed for so long. I know it's been a long time since I've released videos, but I'm going to get back into it. I'm not going to release a lot very frequently because I am in school right now, doing game programming and game design, actually, which, depending on your guys' interests, I may show some of that stuff on this channel. But let's get into this. So I decided to play Crusader Kings 2. It's another grand strategy game by Paradox Interactive. And I'm going to start getting this set up. And I'm going to be using the Charlemagne DLC. Now this is a new way for you to choose your starting location. You can choose a time period, gives you a little information, and shows you interesting characters. But I'm going to go into custom game setup. And we'll look at the independent realms. So the Charlemagne DLC is all about France and Lombardy coming together, forming the HRE, that kind of stuff. There's some interesting stuff you can do in India. Then there's this giant blob, which is all Sunni. The Byzantine Empire is really strong at this time period. And if you look at religions, there's Catholic, there's some Orthodox, Sunni, then the Indian religions, Tengri, but I'm most interested in the Slavic religion right over here. I'm actually planning on unifying the Slavic lands, reforming the religion, and then adopting feudalism, and we will see where it goes from there. I may try and take over Russia, I may go to Scandinavia. Hell, if I get strong enough, I may take on the Catholics or the Orthodox down here and try and get rid of them. But our first goal is to reform the Slavic religion and turn to a feudal government. So I think I will start as Greater Poland over here. It is pretty close to the Catholics, but as you'll see, this island right here is actually a holy land of the Slavic faith, and it's the one most to the west. So starting relatively close to that will mean it's easier to pick up, and it'll be easier for us to grab a lot of land really early on as well. I don't remember them starting with 2 places. There must have been a patch, because that used to be just this land, and then Plock used to belong to Lesser Poland. So there must have been an update there that I missed. Just a minor change though, and that really won't affect us too much. So we'll go into the ruler designer. The base ruler for Greater Poland actually isn't that great for what we're doing. So let's randomize the look a bit. Yeah, I suppose that'll do for now. He probably won't live that long. Coat of arms, I'm not too worried about. We'll do something like that. And, yeah, that'll do. And now we're going to go into creating the ruler. Now, the ruler designer is a DLC, so you'd have to buy that. It's not that expensive. Conrad Gamret? Yeah, sure, we'll be the Gamret family. Now, we're going to need to start as a military leader. We're going to have to start with really high martial. That'll boost up our personal holdings, their levy size. And if the higher we can get that, the easier the start's going to be. So, I'll just put in like legitimized bastard. It's going to reduce our diplomacy by 1. Don't really need diplomacy at this point. I always go back and forth between genius and quick. Quick does give a better bang for your buck since it's 3 for everything, and it only adds 15 years to your age. Genius adds 30 years, but it gives more, obviously. I think I'll start with quick. We could also do strong, which gives martial, fertility, health, stuff like that, but it costs 40 years worth. And we really need it lower. Lustful, great option, gives us more fertility. We actually do want wounded up here, which will reduce our martial and health a little bit, but once it heals, we'll get scarred, which will give us more prestige. I may pick up gluttonous. Lowers the attraction to us. We'll get deceitful. More intrigue, less diplomacy. We don't really need either, but it'll reduce our age. I love picking up ambitious when I create my own ruler. +2 to everything for only 8 years. Yeah, that sounds like a great deal. We'll pick up trusting, and we'll pick up cruel. It's -5 years, and it also gives us plus a bonus to morale damage. And because we started as a brilliant strategist, we get a combat ability. I'm going to pick up aggressive leader, mostly because of the -10 to years. And is there anything else we really want? Wrath, probably. It's only 1 year, and it'll give us 3 more martial. That's going to be an excellent thing. Gregarious, maybe. But I think that's pretty much all the major things that I wanted. I could pick up Possessed and reduce our age by 8 more years. Which will bring us to, what is that, 16? Which is actually the minimum. Maybe. You know what? I don't think we're going to live the entire time. So I will pick up Possessed to reduce our age. So we can pick up something else. Like Diligent would be excellent. +1 to everything. Or Gregarious. Another excellent trait. Doesn't quite give us as much. So I think I'll pick up Diligent. It's going to be a great trait to try and teach our heir before we die. 31 years old, not bad. We don't really worry about church opinion, so I'll pick up gluttonous as well. 19 years, so we are quite the mixed bag here. We got a bad temper. We are possessed. We are fat and angry, cruel. But at the same time, we are diligent and ambitious. We're trusting and deceitful at the same time, which is interesting. That's an interesting combination. But we'll go with this, see how it goes. And we'll turn Iron Man on. Seems like the only way to do it properly. So we will start the Slavic Storm. I'm just going to overwrite a save. Now I've done a few test runs of this start. So the beginning, what I'm doing is going to be pretty much set. First thing I will do is save, because I want to make sure that nothing gets screwed up. We have 22 martial. That's going to be excellent. As you can see, that actually boosts our levy size by 60% in all of our own territory, which is just 3 lands. So that 60% is going to be huge. And let's see what kind of people we got. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Now, he would be an amazing diplomat, but at the same time, his martial. Let's look at martial. Alright, we have someone with 14 martial as well. And these people are going to hate me, mostly because of my short reign. -36. Oh my god. But that will go away, hopefully, pretty fast. Stuart, 21. Oh, we are in the money. I wish that he was a better spy, because the spy is going to be the biggest worry of mine. He's the easiest one to assassinate us. And the court chaplain, not really that important at this moment, because all of our land is Slavic, and it will be for a long time. So we'll just build zeal to increase our piety gain, and build legend to increase our prestige gain. Those are different options from what you may be used to seeing. That's because we start as a tribe and not as a feudal government. We will train troops in the capital, give it another nice boost. And I'm going to fabricate claim right over here, which will give us a connector to the Holy Land. If you look at religion, that island's a Holy Land. This one's going to be easy for us to take. It'll take a little while to get to these two. And this one we may take if we need it. Although it's currently held by Bulgaria, which is a feudal government, so it means that their military is stronger than me. And our spy. Our capital is 000 in tech. And I've looked around, the best tech I could find is Constantinople with 610.7. So I'm going to take my spy and study technology there. Hopefully we get a lot of tech pop-ups from that, because we're certainly going to need it. So our see, look. That is part of Lesser Poland. Huh. I wonder why I put those together, even though they aren't. Oh, a little bug. So let's look at our military. 1805, mostly because of our high military skill. Though, an extra, like, 300 there. We'll wait one tick. And let's see, did that change at all? It didn't. Alright, so 1805 is going to be our limit here. Now, sometimes Pomerania will take Brandenburg out. Or, what's this called? Sorbia? Yeah, sometimes Pomerania will take Sorbia. And we do plan on taking Pomerania. We will use the subjugation CB, which a ruler can use once in their lifetime. So we will use that out here, which that is outside of Poland. But the reason for that is after we get married and have kids, we'll take this Become King of Poland ambition, which we won't be able to cancel, but that'll give us that subjugation CB on all these Polish lands. First thing, however, we'll take the Get Married ambition, because we obviously need that. And let's see, what do we need? Well, we obviously need someone who is Slavic, preferably who's Polish. So let's go to this, and there's only one Polish person. She does have a lisp. She is zealous, though. Ambitious, arbitrary, and brave. And she's a theologian, so her fertility's actually down. Not sure how I feel about that. Quick. She's 15 years old. She might become a theologian with that, but she also might go to the diplomacy side of things. Again, these are all kind of theologian kind of things. Oh, they're all priestesses. That's why. Well, you know what? I think I'll go for you. We'll arrange the marriage. And in a year's time, we will get married. So once she turns 16, we'll be able to do the betrothal. When is she born? 13th of May. So it's only a few years from now, actually. A few months from now, rather. So the first thing we'll do is we'll actually let it run a little bit. Aha! What did you guys... You're defending against Saxony? Oh, this isn't good. Okay, we have to declare war. Wait, I don't have a valid CB now? What is Saxony doing coming over here? Okay, well the good news is Sorbia over here will still allow us to get around to it. But that's really weird that Saxony is trying to jump over. Interestingly, Saxony does have a weaker army than us. And when they win this, or if they lose it, they'll still have the new ruler bonus, or penalty, on the lands they take. So they won't actually get a higher military count from it. So I'm going to let that war go along, see what happens. Excellent. We lost the wounded and we're up to scarred already. That'll give us more prestige, and now we have a higher martial skill. So now it's up to 65% bonus from being me. Yeah, there's Saxony's army. That'll actually bring us to 22,000. Eventually we'll get a retinue up. Yeah, as soon as this is done, I'm probably going to do a Pomerania subjugation war against Saxony, which will give us this as well. Ooh. Now that is a little dangerous, depending on how West Francia and Middle Francia work. Sometimes they'll unify really fast, sometimes it'll take a long time. Once they unify, though, they get an event for taking over Saxony, and they may not like that I own that. Alright, you'll still marry me? What'd you become? A fortune builder. Excellent. Plus fertility. Let's have those babies. And looking at these laws, we are Gavelkind. We can't change that, unfortunately. Well, one thing we do want to do is bring up tribal organization as fast as can, because we will start getting taxes from vassals once we hit high. And that's going to be very important, because as a tribe, you'll barely have any money. Alright, so we lost some prestige because they were a priestess, but we will gain it right back. And we finished our ambition. Alright. So let's see, what do we want to do now? Well, we need a new ambition, obviously. Should I pick have a son? Yeah, I'll do have a son. We definitely need to have a kid soon. She doesn't hate us? I could give her a gift of 20 gold. And you know what? I will do that just to make it positive. Now this is interesting. You have a lot of allies. I'm gonna have to see. Wow, that's a big army. I don't know if I'll be able to take them. Saxony and Brunswick. And Altmark. We'll see what happens. Now that new ruler penalty that'll stop them from gaining levies is something I'm going to use. Oh wow, pregnant already, excellent. Something I'm going to use to my advantage in Poland. I'm going to wait for someone to take land and then declare war and take all of it. Usually Celestria, and I'm horrible at pronouncing things. Season. Silesia will usually take Season, or Lesser Poland will come in and take it. Sometimes they take Season and Lesser Poland takes all of it, which actually makes it pretty easy, because then I only have one war to fight. And I'm hoping that because they just went to war here, that once this war is over, they won't be able to join him. If they are able to join Saxony in defending against me, I'll just have to go to Sorbia here, which is kind of inconvenient. I was hoping for the coastland. That would definitely make it more valuable in the future. Well, we got the war down here. Attacking Lesser Poland. Ooh. So this is going to get really hectic really fast. As soon as Saxony's done with this war, we'll have to see where everything lands. Alright, Saxony has the 100% war score against Pomerania. Okay. We'll pause. Let's see. Oh god, all your allies are willing to join. You have a lot of allies. Can I assassinate you? I can't. Alright. I guess Saxony will have to sit there for now. And we'll subjugate over here. Yeah, I would do this, but this island is actually independent of them, even though the color looks the same to me. So yeah, we'll do this subjugation so we can get around to the Holy Land. And we'll just cut straight through Saxony. Hopefully this will be okay. Raise our armies and just move them right in. Shouldn't be a problem. And we'll combine. And I'll take these two guys, whatever they are. They're just not our council members. He's actually not that bad at fighting. We'll let that go. Why is Lesser Poland sitting there? Oh, they're attacking there. So if they take that and this guy takes Lesser Poland, then I'll just have to do one war for most of Poland. Excellent, got my son. So now, considering how these wars are going here, sometimes I would go for the have a daughter ambition. But I think I'm just going to grab the become king of Poland. Odds are I won't have the money to actually become king of Poland in my lifetime. I'll just split this in half. And move this stack down. Let their army sit there. Another thing about tribes is that wars are very volatile. Because there are no castles, all sieges go very quickly. As you see, I'm losing quite a bit of money just being at war, keeping my army up. Which is inconvenient, to say the least. But that's one of the reasons you really have to grab land as fast as you can and get the tribal organization up. So, 20th of May, 774. That is very interesting. I've never seen Saxony do that. I have seen Saxony take over the island I need, which is actually more inconvenient, because they'll grab this land over here and then grab the island, and that just doesn't work at all. Okay, and just wait for this temple, which will finish soon. We'll just pump up the speed a little bit. Oh, we can nominate our successor, which will be our son who's already ill. Hopefully he lives through the night. If not, I'm sure we have time to get another kid. Alright, we'll enforce our demands. And there we go. Lower our troops. So we took this county right here, and the duke that owned this land is now a count over here. And we have a claim here, so we can actually remove their chiefdom. And I will do that. He will never really like us, and because he's Pomeranian, his vassals won't like us a ton either. Kind of inconvenient. But whatever. That's why we're getting rid of them. So now we have all 5 lands. This one does not get the penalties because it wasn't just taken over by us. This one does have the new administration recently conquered. But down here we'll be able to get a levy. Oh wow. We just got a tithe. Not quite sure what from. The Jarlo Festival is really great if you need piety, I believe. Grand Hunt. Eventually we'll adopt feudalism, and you will see me raising tribal armies. Every time costs 500 prestige, but at the same time, it gives us 2,500 men, and they're relatively cheap. So, how is your war going? You're defending against these guys and attacking them. These get messy. Lesser Poland's going to defend successfully. They may not defend against these guys. They may have burnt their military on Lesser Poland. Right now, Lesser Poland is defending against... Still against Celestia. Alright, so while they're going at it, I'm going to take this land right here. It's just a one province. So I should have no problem just walking in there. And actually, I'm going to disband that troop. And move in there, put those guys on. And they won't even be able to... Yeah, they can't even siege this. And the reason I disbanded them is I don't really need them and it'll save me money. Pregnant again, excellent. We're going to need a big family, since I plan on dying a lot to get that subjugation CB going over and over. Excellent. A small army of warriors, which will probably die right there. Wow. That's really useful most of the time. Unfortunately, they spawned right on top of an enemy army, so it won't really do much for us. But let's enforce our demands there. Though it will do something for us. You are currently losing to them. I'll let you lose to them. And while you're doing that, I'm going to attack Lesser Poland. How big is their army? About 1,000 troops. I'll have over 2,000 plus the special event troops. If I go into this war right away without unpausing, they should stick around. Oh, I can't do it right now. Alright, unpause, they're gone. That's okay. I have to wait for them to get out of war. Still only 5 of 7. Do you like me? You do like me. You're Polish and Slavic. Okay. I'll leave them around for now. I'll probably give them some more land as time goes on. And just let these guys duke it out. Alright, I have prisoners now, don't I? I can ransom you. So I'll leave you where you are and ransom you off. Excellent. You guys are still defending against the subjugation. Can you finish the war yet? Alright, another son. That'll start getting a little complicated. I was hoping for a daughter. Right, 87%. They're about to finish the war here. Celestia is probably going to take this entire territory. It might be easier to go against Celestia first. Yes. Alright, they took all the land. And while their military is very weak, I'll declare war. Subjugation war of Celestia. Send that out. And here's the interesting part about tribes. Until you have high or max tribal organization, you have to call in your vassals as allies. So I'll call him in. He should accept. I would be surprised if he didn't. And we'll all go right there. Just pile it all in. Yep, they answer the call. And I will wait for them to go to siege. Let's see, they get there on the 29th of August. So on the 28th, I'll start moving. I want to just destroy their army right away. They get the pawns in on the 26th of September. I will move in on the 25th. And that should catch them. And lastly, now I have this vassal. I actually have another person who has martial ability. And they didn't die. Didn't expect them to. I'll go and wipe them out and then just start sieging places. Wow, didn't wipe them out. Alright, split in half. We'll have you guys go there. And then we will split again. And have one come down here. Yeah, sometimes, especially with these governments, with these things. What are you at war with? Conquest of what? Kelmo? What? Oh god. Alright, Saxony's taking a lot of the land that I actually want. This could get ugly. I've never had to fight Saxony like this. And as you see, West Francia has taken over the land. Usually it's by assassination of the Central Francia's leader, which is historical and is what the AI goes for. But this I don't like at all. Well, we'll finish this war. And we will take it from there. God. That kind of sucks. Parthenia is actually something that I wanted to take. And the fact that they're pushing into this land is very concerning. Why is that going down? I mean occupations. Alright, you guys move over. Whoa, 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 what's going on here? %. Okay, before they finish that siege, enforce my demands and take all the land. And I own a bunch of stuff. Let's lower troops and see where we are. We have a vassal over here. Doesn't really like us. His heir hates us, which is actually the former ruler of this land. But I can wait for him to die. That shouldn't be that big of an issue. Right now we do have a too high of a Desmonese, though. I'll probably do another vassal over here in Silesia. Give them probably these two. I'll avoid giving away ones with temples for now. So we'll go to our court. And we'll look at courtiers who like us. Who's simply a courtier? You're a courtier on -12. And you are horrible stewardship, but that's okay. Because we don't need to convert culture. I will grant you landed titles. And I'll grant you another one. To keep my vassal limit down. Once I start taking over more land, I will really need to work on vassal limit. So how big is your army? About 1,000 troops. Do you have any allies? You do. Oh, right, those are his tribal vassals. Yeah. And they'll obviously join if I'm attacking. But I can do subjugation of Poland right now. And I will continue with this in the next episode. I'm really worried about what Saxony is doing, but we'll make do. We'll make it work. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.